Hey there. I'm shooting this video unrehearsed in one take on my webcam, and it's not meant to be pretty or polished. And in fact, I'm probably gonna mess up a few times, but who cares? This video has only one purpose, and it's to show you what's going on right behind yours and everyone else's back. In the next few minutes, one of my most trusted sources is gonna deliver a flash drive to my house. The last thread of data I need to seal my case is stored on that drive. The moment I get that flash drive in my hands, I'm gonna drop it into this envelope along with all of my other evidence, and I'm gonna send it via certified mail to another one of my trusted confidants who's at an undisclosed location. Odds are, as you're watching this, the envelope is already in his hands. I can't reveal his identity at the moment. I gave him 3 very clear instructions on what to do with this envelope. Don't open it. Make sure it's locked away somewhere safe. And I told him that in a few days from now, I'd meet him to open it, but not before then. My colleague has no idea what's inside the envelope. Not a single soul does, that is, except for me. Now, this probably strikes you as odd. I mean, maybe even a little paranoid, I know, but I'm not taking any chances. After all, it was just a few weeks ago when one of the most powerful bond managers in the world had his home broken into and ransacked by master thieves. I mean, the thieves took millions in valuables. But I suspect they were actually looking for something else. Something much more valuable than a painting or a sculpture. Market intelligence, like the kind I'm about to hide inside this envelope. Now can you appreciate why I'm about to get this envelope as far away from me as possible? Look, I have no qualms about saying for the record that the information I'm about to drop inside this envelope will completely expose Wall Street's biggest money-making coup ever. I mean, bigger than the dot-com frenzy, bigger than the mortgage bonanza, even bigger than the advent of hedge funds. When I open this envelope a few days from now, the shockwaves will be profound. I can't say too much about the envelope's contents just yet. For now, I'll just say the following. The envelope contains a buried government document. I've assigned it the code name Renegade. You are never supposed to see this document. Renegade, what just made it legal to keep certain data hidden from the public. I mean, in effect, it just rigged a very specific corner of the market, a corner already known to have minted more millionaires than any other. And this corner has turned out 96 profit opportunities over the past year alone. Yet, as my research inside the envelope proves, only Wall Street big shots and genuine market insiders are getting rich from it. Renegade is so big, in fact, that it's hard to accurately gauge the enormous scale of the profit opportunity. I mean, collectively, it could stretch into the billions, just conservatively speaking. The keys to which are sitting inside this envelope. Got it. Look, despite everything I told you so far, I'm willing to bet you haven't heard a word about Renegade or anything else associated with its passage into law. That's exactly why I spent the last 8 weeks preparing the set of documents now inside this envelope. It's countless hours of research, hundreds of phone calls to my network of contacts, too many late-night meetings to count, ones held far from the watchful eyes of the street. I took every precaution to make sure that my research didn't slip into the wrong hands. And now that I know this envelope is safe, just a few days from now, I'll share its contents with a small circle of everyday individuals like you. I'll do it live, too. During a private online broadcast, I'll sit down with my colleague, tear open this envelope, and expose Renegade, which is the single most lucrative piece of investment intelligence being hidden from you today. I'll even go a step further, which it's really going to tick off the big money players on Wall Street. You'll also get precise recommendations on how to mimic the moves the insiders are presently using to earn fortunes off of Renegade. In fact, I've already pinpointed the first 5 opportunities for you to do just that. That is, if you take advantage of what's inside this envelope quickly enough. You see, because this opportunity exists within a very specific corner of the market, one known to have minted countless thousands of millionaires, I'm talking about a chance to plug yourself into an ongoing string of wins of up to 130%, 162%, even as much as a 283%. You could set yourself up for overnight one-day gains as high as 206%, substantially boost your win percentage while sidestepping virtually every roadblock the market throws at you. Quickly and aggressively increase your net worth and stockpile wealth at a phenomenal rate. Make yourself so rich that you won't give Wall Street's antics another thought. All the details concerning the live broadcast, including how to join me, are coming in a moment. But first, I owe you a little bit of a background information on how this all came about. Again, what you're about to see is pretty raw. A few minutes ago, I uploaded my notes for you to view, which I hope will help clarify what's happening. They're about to scroll by on your screen, and I'll be back in a few minutes with details regarding the live event and how you can secure a front row seat for the action. All right, first things first. I'm sure you'll understand that given the sensitive nature of the information inside the envelope, I need to be very careful about what I say here. Believe me though, in just a few days from now, everything will be revealed. I'll take all the heat for releasing my research too. It comes with the territory. In fact, when I first decided to share the details concerning the buried government document Renegade, I knew it wouldn't be a popular decision with a lot of my Wall Street contacts. After all, for the last 7 months, they've enjoyed owning this newly legal stealth advantage all to themselves. But I don't subscribe to that school of thought. Never have. I prefer more of a level playing field, and I absolutely love creating chaos in the executive suites on Wall Street. And by the way, my name is Louis Bassanese. I once was a Wall Street insider myself, one who helped direct over $1 billion in capital for one of the biggest firms around. I've been featured on CNBC, I've been published in the Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, Morningstar, and MSN Money, but that's all part of my past now. You see, I left the crooked corners of Wall Street years ago to separate myself from what had become, in my opinion, a completely rigged game, a game just too dirty to play anymore. Instead, I became the chief investment strategist for Wall Street Daily, a 100% independent group of analysts operating way outside the market's power circles. Exposing Wall Street's lies is Wall Street Daily's bread and butter, which has made us very popular with our over 200,000 readers. Of course, it has also made us very unpopular with the companies, traders, and firms we report on. Like I said, that's okay. My job is to take the heat, to ruffle feathers, to do whatever it takes to get the real scoop. For the record, what's inside that envelope represents one of my biggest scoops yet. I've seen the profit power of Renegade up close and personal. So far, in 2012 alone, it's handed in-the-know investors gains as high as 182%, 142%, 140%, 116%, 114%, 112%, 111%, and 109%. Over the last couple of years, with just a modest investment in the top earners, you could have grabbed windfalls of $35,300, $16,100, $13,500, $12,500, and $10,900. And the gains hit in just 24 hours to boot. Look, I've read every secret the government buried inside the pages of Renegade, cover to cover. I've read them at least 100 times, in fact. And now I'm comfortable saying that Renegade has given Wall Street its most unfair advantage ever. You see, thanks to the passage of Renegade, you now have less time, less notice, less of ability to take advantage, and less opportunity than ever before to claim profits like the ones I just described. You're being placed behind an 8-ball the size of a Mack truck. For Wall Street insiders, though, Renegade is like a magic money tree, one bearing extraordinary fruit. The returns being earned off of it are staggering. The very first company which took advantage of this new law saw its share price shoot up 124% in just 2 weeks, roughly. but fat chance you'll ever make that kind of money. Because word on opportunities like these is deliberately being kept under wraps until almost the very last minute. By then, it's far too late to grab the profits. As you expect, the greed mindset is now taking over, as it always does on Wall Street. Even the SEC admits that with Renegade officially on the books, at least 60 different companies have decided to go underground since Washington quietly made it legal. I'm sure that doesn't shock you. Well, I hope Wall Street enjoyed its early mover advantage, because my readers will soon be in on Renegade's historical cash grab too. When I hand this envelope off to the courier tomorrow morning and send it off for safekeeping, it's a done deal. There's no way Wall Street will be able to stop me. They can't even send the world's most cutthroat profiteers after me. Even if they ransack my home, just like they did to that expert bond trader, the envelope will already be under the protection of a trusted friend and colleague, one who's far from the reaches of Wall Street. Now, this isn't just some old college buddy I'm talking about either. This man is the former head financial analyst for a Forbes Top 50 private company. He's been featured in best-selling books and is one of the most respected financial commentators in America today. He knows that if I send him something marked as top secret, it's not to be taken lightly. Here, take a look at this. It's the email I shot off to my friend yesterday, telling him to expect a very important piece of mail from me. You'll be receiving a piece of mail from me sometime tomorrow. Don't open it. I can't tell you what's inside yet, but it's big. I know I've been out of touch recently, but when I fill you in on everything, you'll understand why. Seriously, this is the power to really upset the balance on the street and make our Wall Street Daily readers some serious money at the same time. It's time sensitive and very high security. Promise me you'll stash it in your safe until I get to town in a few days. I'll call you and tell you exactly what day to expect me. I plan to open the envelope live to the world during an online broadcast, just to rub Wall Street's nose in it. So talk to Andy about capturing the occasion on video. Trust me, it'll all make sense soon. Remember that 124% gainer I mentioned to you last time we talked? Well, this can make that look like pocket change if we do it right. Talk soon. Now, I've worked with this colleague for years. I trust him more than anyone else in this business, which is why I sent him the envelope for safekeeping. He could be 1,000 miles away or just around the block. I can't say. Am I being paranoid? Yeah, sure, maybe a little. So allow me to say this. It wouldn't surprise me a single bit if I came into my office one morning and found it ransacked, and that envelope was mysteriously gone. I mean, for the record, I don't trust email encryption, locked doors, or even safes. In fact, there's no level of security high enough to make me believe this research is secure in my hands. Someone may even be following me. Like I keep saying, nothing would surprise me after what just happened to that celebrated bond trader, Jeffrey Gundlach. Remember, I was once a Wall Street insider myself, one who heard all the rumors about certain people who would go to great lengths to keep information like Renegade out of the hands of everyday people. Is it becoming crystal clear as to why I'm about to send my research off to an undisclosed location? Well, the public will soon know everything. In a few days, I'm revealing the entire story before a private audience filled with folks like you. By now, my web team has placed the date it will happen at the top of your screen. Look, you've probably figured this out already. I say things more than once, and if you're asking yourself, didn't he just say that a few minutes ago? You're not crazy. I did just say that, but indulge me a little. You see, the average person isn't able to totally comprehend the full content of any message until it's heard 5 or 6 times. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that I myself rarely understand an entire message about anything, much less its subtleties, the first time I hear it. So I just wanted to tell you that I may say things a couple of times, maybe twice, heck, maybe even 3 times. I promise to try to make any repetition stimulating, but I'm also going to ask you to have some patience with me around this. I'm doing this unrehearsed entirely, and I need to be absolutely clear on certain points. My most important point is this. In regards to the contents inside this envelope, the one I'm about to mail off to my colleague tomorrow morning, I simply can't risk saying too much more. The information must be withheld until I go live on the date at the top of your tablet or computer. No exceptions. Now, you likely have a lot of ideas swirling around your head about what's hidden inside this envelope, and some of those ideas may not be too great. With that in mind, here's what's not in this envelope. It's not an overly risky or speculative trading strategy one that leaves you clueless about how to use it. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme you'll dismiss in 2 seconds flat. It's not an opportunity that demands you pour a ton of upfront money into it. It's not a plan that's going to require you to conduct hours of research and work to execute. And it's not a ho-hum news story that in the end provides you no specific course of action to actually make money from it. There's really no other way to put this. You're being flat out robbed of some of the best profit opportunities in the market today. And it's being perpetrated by our own government to benefit big business. I've got the complete government document to prove it. I mean, see for yourself. This right here. Make no mistake, this document, Renegade, wasn't written to help out me or you. I mean, Renegade was passed into law to benefit those with the deepest pockets, and it represents the latest example of Wall Street and Washington scratching each other's backs. In fact, as my notes are about to prove, big business paid over $2.3 million to keep the information buried inside of Renegade hidden from you. Although this shouldn't surprise you a bit, it's still likely to turn your stomach. You see, earlier this year, to make absolutely sure that Renegade was passed into law, an incredible amount of money was funneled into Congress's coffers. Compliments of Wall Street, of course. How much money? Well, for the representatives and senators who voted for the bill, Wall Street saw that over $2.3 million in donations found a home into their respective pockets. I mean, people like the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, Representative Eric Cantor, Senator Charles Schumer, even Senator Harry Reid, and over a dozen more. Now, when I say the money arrived compliments of Wall Street, I really mean it too. Those that financially supported the passage of Renegade include the likes of the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, the Financial Services Forum, the American Bankers Association, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and the Independent Community Bankers of America. Like I just said, the fact that Wall Street has such influence over our legislative process makes me sick. I mean, even worse, the public is being kept in the dark, as always. And for what? The good of the people? The well-being of the economy? Or to foster a crooked playing field for Wall Street to line its pockets? Although I don't have the power to even the score for everyone, I can and will give a select group of everyday readers like yourself the keys to unlock Renegade. I'll do it during a live broadcast too, just to stick Wall Street's nose in it. Look, by the time you're watching this, my web team will have inserted the date it will happen at the top of your screen. Here's what's going to happen that evening. During a live online broadcast, I'm going to sit down with my friend and colleague and tear open that envelope. The moment I do, the truth about this massive Wall Street cover-up will finally be out. After that, I'll show you how to take full advantage of it for yourself. But I'm only going to do it for a very small, very private audience. I have to be honest. I'd love nothing more than to send this broadcast out all over the globe, to rip the hinges off of Wall Street's secret door. While this information deserves to be exposed to the entire world, well, I mean, if that happened, the immense profit potential of what's inside that envelope would sink to next to nothing. And I'd rather it benefit a small group of you rather than no one at all. So here's how this is going to work. If you agree to join me on the date at the top of your screen, I'll email you an encrypted link, which will be the only gateway into my broadcast. I'm asking you that please don't forward the link to anyone, even your friends. I don't want too many people in on this. The big reveal begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sharp. But if you're late, I'll archive it for you to easily view at your leisure. I wouldn't wait too long, though. News is likely to spread quickly. Once the broadcast begins, I'll tear open the envelope live on the air and explain to you in detail why this information is being kept from you, how it could transform your investment portfolio in a matter of weeks, and I'll even tailor a specific recommended course of action to take. That's right, don't worry. You won't have to do a bit of heavy lifting or figure anything out yourself. That's my job. I've pinpointed a handful of ultra-specific moves, ones that, if all goes to plan, could spawn an ongoing string of wins of up to 130%, 162%, even as much as 283%, and one day overnight gains as high as 206%. So don't worry about furiously scribbling down notes during the broadcast either. The same email I'll send to you to enter the broadcast will also include a detailed report that will recap everything I cover in the broadcast. The entire recommended course of action presented in clear, easy to understand instructions. You have my word. Like I said, if for some reason you're unable to make the live broadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, don't panic. I'll archive it for you to access whenever you want. In other words, if you're not by your computer when I tear open that envelope, you'll still be able to learn the secret of what's inside. No sweat. Expect everything to go like clockwork. In fact, I guarantee it will. How can I be so confident? Well, because this isn't the first time I've taken on the Goliath like this. I've already thoroughly ticked off Capitol Hill. You see, just a couple weeks ago, I exposed the loaded deck that our elected misrepresentatives have been playing with. Behind your back, that is. Thanks to the pipeline of inside information supplied directly to members of Congress by corporate interests, they've been raking in crazy amounts of money. I decided enough was enough. It was time to shine light on their racket for the world to see. While the investigation exposed, at times it even embarrassed our nation's highest lawmakers, even I was shocked at the pattern of corruption I discovered. With access to what I call political intelligence, elected officials like Governor Rick Perry, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Senators Dennis Hastert and John Kerry, and countless others were all able to pad their portfolios with massive returns, like a 378% one-day return on an IPO, a 1,566% return on a congressional land deal, a $225,000 profit on the passage of Obamacare, a $50,000 windfall by virtue of the financial crisis, a $727,000 net worth in 4 years, starting with virtually nothing. I mean, such shameless corruption had been going on legally for years. It all ended with the passage of the Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act. When the bill became law, these career politicians finally lost access to their virtual cash machine. The bill, however, only targeted lawmakers. It did nothing to discourage the rest of us from using political intelligence to make enormous sums of money. Put simply, as long as political intelligence is obtained honestly and legally, nothing restricts everyday Americans from milking it for every penny. Now, by virtue of that, I gathered up as much political intelligence as humanly possible and released a 5-series library of actionable reports. Reports with detailed instructions on how to use political intelligence to mimic the extraordinary gains of Congress. Here's what I plan to do. If you decide to join me on the date at the top of your screen, when I reveal what's inside that envelope, I'll throw in the entire library of political intelligence reports as a free gift to you. You'll receive the reports immediately after signing up. You won't even need to wait until the live broadcast to get started with them. Now, keep in mind, that's in addition to the report I'll be sending you along with the encrypted link to enter the broadcast. You'll recall that the report tells you exactly how you could position yourself for an ongoing string of wins of up to 130%, 162%, even as much as 283%, and one day overnight gains as high as 206%. This is the kind of stuff I absolutely live for, and thanks to my position as Chief Investment Strategist at Wall Street Daily, I get to break such stories on a regular basis, with some pretty stellar results I should add too. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I'm incredibly fortunate to be working alongside one of the most successful and accomplished teams of market professionals ever to walk the street. Call me a guru, an expert, an analyst, call me whatever you please. It doesn't change what I do here at Wall Street Daily, which is to cut through the bull, the red tape, the intense veil of secrecy surrounding the most lucrative corners of the market. Corners, mind you, most Americans don't know exist. Now, my mission is to get and keep my readers informed. On such merits, I'm committed to exposing every lucrative secret that the penthouse executives in Manhattan would rather keep for themselves. Those lucrative secrets are published every month in my Progressive Investment Research Advisory letter called Wall Street Daily Insider, or WSD Insider for short. As a WSD Insider, you'll never miss out on the biggest and best opportunities to make money. Opportunities usually hidden by Wall Street deception or insider secrecy. Now, just please understand that the mainstream press will never break these kinds of stories. Why? Because they're too heavily tied to their corporate interests and sponsors to ever risk biting the hand that feeds them. Dare I say that the WSD Insider newsletter is one of the last 100% independent and unbiased publications on Earth. Yeah, I'd say that. My newsletter isn't beholden to anyone. I don't accept sponsorship. I operate solely alongside my in-house team of researchers and analysts, out on an island, far from the reaches of anyone looking to silence us. I've assembled the best team of market minds this side of Wall Street to scour the market, to uncover truly unique, truly profitable opportunities, ones that my readers might otherwise never get a shot at. The best of which make the pages of the WSD Insider newsletter each month. And boy, can the gains be big. Like 139% on 3D Systems, 100% on Amtech Systems, 108% on Interdigital Communications, 100% on Illumina, 162% on Acme Packet, 71% on Global Defense Technology, 48% on Spire Group. I mean, from small, little-known penny stocks to overlooked big board opportunities to tech stocks changing the face of the future, my readers are always in the loop of what's hot, and they aren't shy about letting me know how much my work is appreciated. I never thought you guys would do such an amazing job. Keep going. From Frank S. I sold my shares of 3D Systems in early September for a 189% gain. At one point, I was ahead 208%. NB. Informative, pertinent, and well-researched. Keep up the good work. Jeb M. Delighted with my $3,000 gain. From Dan T. And I love this one. I just joined you folks. So far, I find your emails and weekly columns very interesting and enlightening, particularly the straight talk and no bullshit approach. Glad to be on board. From Bobby D. My team of unparalleled experts will be working for you day in and day out, digging for real opportunities, ones that the media and market professionals can't, or worse yet, won't tell you about, like 3D Systems, for instance. Now, 3D printing is all the rage. It's the hot new investment people will love to chew your ear off about. But it wasn't always that way. For a long time, the 3D printing story remained under wraps, another profit secret that insiders wanted to bleed dry for themselves before it hit the mainstream. They never had a chance to scoop me. I first recommended this triple-digit winner almost 2.5 years before the story ever showed up in the pages of the Wall Street Journal. 2.5 years! I mean, Acme Packet was another one of my favorite coups. I recommended it all the way back in 2009 when I noticed that businesses were shelling out billions to modernize their telecommunications networks. Wall Street had the wool pulled over everyone's eyes on this one. That's because it was making them a ton of money. Well, I love blowing the whistle on their big secret. By the time Acme showed up in the Wall Street Journal as one of its biggest price gainers, it was a full year after my readers had already pocketed a 162% gain. Secrets are the true currency in the market, believe me. For instance, Ion Geophysical, a seismic imaging company that helps oil and gas firms locate their product, is probably not a name you've ever heard of, let alone made money off of. Well, why is that? Because no one on Wall Street was eager to let this little gem leak out to the mainstream. And yet our readers enjoyed another triple-digit winner, 152% to be exact, another full year before it hit the journal as one of its biggest price gainers. The bottom line is this. If you're waiting for your trusted friends in the brokerages and banks on Wall Street to clue you in on these kind of opportunities, you're going to be waiting a long while. You see, there's a big difference between traditional financial media and the WSD Insider newsletter. They report on the big movers after they've happened, leaving you a day late and a dollar short. News regarding life-changing profit opportunities only hit once the profits have been sucked out. No one ever made money betting on a horse that's already run. As I said, we're different. We reveal the names of the stocks, ones likely to be the next big gainers, before they make their big moves. We break their rules, their code of conduct, and deliver opportunities at the point of inception where the real money is made. When I reveal what's inside that envelope on the date at the top of your screen, you'll understand exactly what I mean. Think about it this way. If I left that envelope in my colleague's safe and never opened it, you'd eventually find out what's in there. About 2 years from now, by then the information will be virtually worthless. For the record, the research inside that envelope is just the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Armed with my WSD Insider newsletter, you'll have access to the same kind of information Wall Street's true power brokers use to earn fortunes. Information that has led to gains like 103% on NVE Corp, 100% on Internet Capital Group, 64% on Health Grades, 48% on OpNet Technologies, and 152% on Ion Geophysical. You can take a giant step toward those kinds of results by joining me for my live broadcast. Then you'll be right alongside our readers, ones who've already had the opportunity to bag a few elephants. My inbox is overflowing with emails like this one from John H. I bought 1,000 shares on July 16th. I'm up $7,200 so far. Thanks for the great recommendation. Or this one from Mark W. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for your recommendation. In less than 1 month, I'm sitting on a gain of 64%. Keep up the good work. Look, if you're still with me, please know that I applaud your ambition. You're exactly the type of person I'd enjoy having aboard my WSD Insider newsletter. Again, allow me to apologize for the raw nature of this message. I probably should have rehearsed at least once. My mind's been on other things, though. Remember, it was only a few weeks ago that Jeffrey Gundlach had his home ransacked, and I can't take that chance. Not with information that Forbes called, hold on, I've got it right here. It's a major tectonic shift in the world of finance. It's happening beneath our collective feet, and it will change the world as we know it. Think about it. If I don't reveal the details regarding the passage of Renegade, then only 3 parties benefit. The big corporations looking to protect their own bottom lines, the corporate self-interest that paid to get Renegade on the books, and Wall Street insiders, the ones who are the biggest beneficiaries of Renegade, which helps keep critical money-making information confidential. Look, like I mentioned earlier, I already counted 96 profit opportunities this year alone from the corner of the market now being impacted by Renegade. Renegade is so profound that it's hard to accurately gauge just how big the profits will ultimately be. Collectively, it could run into the billions. I can't stress this enough. The powers that be would like to veil these money-making opportunities in a shroud of secrecy, a shroud so thick that no ordinary investor could ever get a fair shot at making money off them. I mean, it's brilliant, right? So it's a good thing that I'll be sending this envelope to my colleague in the morning, because it means that you can join me and be among the first with the opportunity to benefit as I broadcast the truth concerning Renegade to a private audience. Hold on for a sec. Sorry about that. I thought I heard something, and I just can't be too safe. Now, in the unlikely event that something does actually happen to me, I've already put the necessary fail-safes in place. I simply can't chance you clicking on the broadcast link and having me not be there. As such, I've already put together an ironclad guarantee, one that prevents you from risking a single penny to join me for the broadcast. At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at the date at the top of your screen, I'll draw you a roadmap to everlasting wealth. Sure, you've heard the cliches about something handing you a map to striking it rich. The difference here is that I've already built my career doing this for clients on Wall Street and beyond. These days, I deliver my expertise to readers, ones who aren't able to enjoy the benefits that come with access to insider circles. Another difference? I'm not going to just drop a book or a series of lessons on you and leave you behind to fend for yourself. That's a dead end, not a roadmap. When you agree to try my WSD Insider newsletter, you'll get a complete wealth companion with strategies and investment ideas so you can start building your own fortune. I'll stay in constant contact with you too, so you'll never be left wondering, what now? Beyond attending my live broadcast and receiving on-demand access to a recording of it, as well, your WSD Insider subscription includes a special monthly report. Every month, you'll receive a new report mailed and emailed to you with the identity of the latest additions to our WSD Insider model portfolios, months before Wall Street even has a clue. You also get weekly model portfolio updates. These contain in-depth analysis and important updates on stocks in our model trading portfolio, plus insights into opportunities we're currently tracking. You'll get instant market updates. The minute a fast-moving development occurs, you'll get an alert so you can lock in gains or minimize losses. You get members-only website access. You'll get your own password so you can log on to our members-only website anytime, day or night. Here you'll find a comprehensive overview of our model portfolios, all of our recommendations, and a constantly expanding library of special reports on specific time-sensitive opportunities. You also get the WSD Insider Mailbag. This is where you'll find our answers to subscribers' questions, which may be ones you've been asking yourself. And for the record, we don't dodge the hard ones. Keep in mind that you'll begin receiving all of these tools and benefits right away. You won't need to wait until the broadcast begins to take advantage of our reports, weekly alerts, updates, and more. I'll begin sending you our patented WSD Insider research immediately as you wait for our big reveal on the date at the top of your screen. And then there's this. I'm offering you the lowest price you'll ever find for a package like this. So here's how this will work. Normally, the retail price for a 1-year subscription to Wall Street Daily Insider is $99. Considering the caliber of information you'll be privy to, I feel this is very reasonable. But now I'm adding access to this exclusive live broadcast along with it. A broadcast that won't just reveal what's inside that envelope, but will also show you how you could position yourself for an ongoing string of wins of up to 130%, 162%, even as much as 283%, and one day overnight gains as high as 206%. Think about it this way. You'd probably pay at least a couple $100s to attend an event like this in person. Purchasing live access to it online would cost you at least $99. But I don't want to put you in a situation where you're forced to choose between viewing my big reveal or becoming a subscriber to WSD Insider. That's not how I roll. So for this special event only, I've worked out a deal with my publisher. We're going to combine both the live broadcast and a subscription to Wall Street Daily Insider into one neat little package. And here's the best part. Like I said, normally you'd pay $99 for just your WSD Insider subscription. I know for a fact that I could charge that much solely for access to my broadcast. But as I said earlier, I enjoy rattling the cages of the big shots on Wall Street. I get a kick out of it. As such, by revealing the information regarding Renegade to a select group of readers, I'll be in effect annoying the hell out of the big money players intent on keeping it under wraps. Right now, to attend my live event, where I'll tear open that top secret envelope, to receive precise and actionable recommendations on how to earn up to 206% from the research inside of it, and to receive a 1-year subscription to Wall Street Daily Insider, the most progressive, informed, and successful investment research letter in the world today, you'll pay not $200, not $99, but just $49.50. That's the cost of a modest dinner for two. Heck, it's really only about 13 cents a day. This is without a doubt the best package deal you'll find in the business today. I have zero hesitation saying that too. Just to recap, you'll receive a seat inside my private live broadcast. On the date that my web team inserted at the top of your screen, I'll tear open that envelope for the first time and expose Renegade, the biggest money-making coup I've ever witnessed firsthand. A coup that's directly robbing you of profit opportunity after profit opportunity. You'll get instant on-demand access to a recording of the broadcast. This is so you can watch it or refer back to it at your convenience if you can attend the live event. You get a time-sensitive report. I'll deliver it immediately to your inbox following the live broadcast. The report will contain a specific recommended course of action on how to capitalize on the information inside that envelope. The blueprint inside of that report could result in as much as 206% in one-day gains for you if you act quickly. You'll get our 5-series political intelligence library. The minute you sign up, I'll send you my still active intelligence from my last major expose revealing Washington's extensive use of political intelligence. The library of reports show you how to mimic the moves that Congress used to earn fortunes. Representative Hinchey exploded his net worth by 882% in just 48 months. The report's political intelligence is strong enough to rival Hinchey's returns. Best of all, I'll include an immediate, full 1-year subscription to Wall Street Daily Insider, my monthly newsletter where I cut through all the bull coming out of the corner offices of Manhattan. It's delivered straight to your inbox and mailbox every month. It's loaded with the hard, honest truth about the market and how to turn it in your favor once and for all. All for less than it costs to fill up most gas tanks these days. That's a pretty darn good offer if I do say so myself. But I want to make it even better for you. Remember, I told you that in the unlikely event that something actually does happen to me, that I had the necessary fail-safes in place. I described an ironclad guarantee, one that prevents you from risking a single penny to join me for the broadcast. Well, here it is. I'm so convinced in the power of WSD Insider to make you money, and I believe so strongly that our research is the surest pathway to a richer life, that I'm going to give you the chance to take it for a no-risk test drive. Try WSD Insider out for 45 days. Watch my live unveiling of the highly secretive information regarding Renegade, which is now safely inside that envelope. Check out the special report you'll receive just for being there. Read all of our research. Peruse our archive of special reports. Put me through the paces for a full 45 days. Then, if for any reason you decide not to continue as one of our valued readers, just pick up the phone and call us any time of day or night and tell us you want out, and we'll give you a complete and courteous refund. No questions asked. Keep the special report you receive immediately following my broadcast too. My compliments. It's my way of saying thanks for joining me for the big unveiling and checking out WSD Insider. I must warn you though, you'll need to act fast because this is a limited time offer. As I've said numerous times, I'd love to be able to broadcast my big reveal to the world, but I just can't. I absolutely must keep the audience limited to the first 7,000 people on a first come, first served basis. I do this to protect the information's integrity. I've come too far to risk undermining the research I'm about to show you. So simply click the button to the left or call 866-444-1556 to claim your spot for the live broadcast, which happens at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sharp on the day at the top of your screen. I'll rush you my welcome package right away, which includes my library of political intelligence reports, as well as instructions on how to get the most out of your WSD Insider subscription. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to me by phone or email, and either I or a member of our customer care team will be more than willing to help you sort through any concerns. The security hoops I've jumped through to protect this research are unprecedented for me. In fact, I've never been so concerned with someone tampering with my work that I've had to send it to an undisclosed location to keep it safe. Of course, I've also never felt this strongly about any thread of information in my possession. Look, I hope you decide to join me for the broadcast. Put simply, you deserve to know what's happening, and you definitely deserve an opportunity to earn a fortune, just like the big shots on Wall Street. Once you see what's inside this envelope, I'm certain that you'll be ready to take action and begin using this secret for yourself. After all, haven't you been kept in the dark long enough? Haven't you been late to the party too many times? And aren't you sick of the suits on Wall Street working against you instead of for you? There's only one way to fight back, and it starts with securing an opportunity to position yourself for ongoing string of wins of up to 130%, 162%, even as much as 283%, and one day overnight gains as high as 206%. Substantially boost your win percentage while virtually sidestepping every roadblock the market throws at you. Quickly and aggressively increase your net worth and stockpile wealth at a phenomenal rate. Most important, you can make yourself so rich that you won't give Wall Street's antics another thought. I can't wait to get this envelope back in my hands to tear it open. If any genuine Wall Street insider happens to be watching, I have a message for you. You're finished. I've said all I can for now, but I'll say so much more very soon. I just want to thank you for your time. This is Lou Bassanese, signing off.